Well, this week we're back working with the Connie locomotives, the Bachmann outside frame consolidations that we've been working on for the last couple of weeks.
Right.
And this week we're trying to add electronics and sound to them. That's always a great challenge. Now, two of the locomotives, the two that we bought out of Great Britain, when they got to us, already had sound systems in them.
Oh, cool. Phoenix
Big Sound, this one right here. And that used to be a very popular product back in the dark ages. It has a Massoth decoder, something like that. Because back then, the easy way to handle this was to put the decoder in the locomotive and the sound system in the tender, and that reduced the number of wires running between the two of them. And so both of these locomotives were set up that way, with the decoder in the firebox, or in the smokebox rather, and the soundboard, this soundboard, the Big Sound, in the tender with a speaker.
Wow.
These things get so strange. And so Don wants to tear all of that out on his locomotive and replace it with a much more modern system, because that's what he's using on all of his locomotives. This one, the Soundtraxx TSU-4400.
Well, that looks better.
So he's already ripped his all apart, and he's installed this in the tender. And then there's this massive number of wires that run from this board up to the locomotive, which means having two connectors to connect all of these wires between the tender and the locomotive. And that's what he's working on right now, is putting the lights and everything in the locomotive itself, and then connectors running to this board. But he's already installed that in the tender, so the tender's all ready to go. He's just got to continue working on the locomotive. Now, the other big issue is getting the DCC running on the railroad, because I've just been running this railroad on direct current.
Ooh.
So I've been so intimidated. I got this out at the train shop months ago, and I've been so intimidated about installing it that it's been sitting in the box.
Yeah, I can see why.
I hate technology.
Uh-huh.
So this is the system that I wanted. This is the handheld unit. And this is wireless, so you can just carry that around, and it talks to a separate unit, this little box.
Oh, neat.
And that actually connects to the same cabling network. They call it the Loco Link. And instead of plugging your throttle into the Loco Link, you plug this little box into the Loco Link, and then your handheld throttle will talk to that. Okay, yeah, I know this is supposed to come with everything for doing the duplex system. Okay. But I have absolutely no idea how any of this works.
So where are, oh, there it is. Okay.
So this will be and I'm thinking, I've never done any DCC of any kind before.
This is different than mine. Well, the whole thing.
Because it's got USB.
Yeah, mine doesn't have the USB in it.
Yeah, and I'm not sure how any of this works.
Wow, this is really different for being the same system. Really,
but this is the new, and then I guess the wired system uses the same everything. It's just that this thing is different, whether it's wireless controlled or cable controlled.
So that goes with that. That goes with...
So that's Loco Link, right?
Yeah, that's the Loco Link. Oh, this is a little...
That's the Chinese power supply.
Yeah.
So I'm probably going to replace that.
Well,
because this one's
that one says it's
6 amp or something like that.
That one says it's 5 amps, and what's this? 6 amps. So this actually puts out more than that can handle, supposedly.
Because they said online, I don't know, that this power supply is smaller than what this system is rated at. Oh. And so if you want more amperage, you just replace the power supply. And I've never trusted this particular power supply. You know, everything comes with it, from hard drives to...
what's this? Oh, okay, we don't care about that.
It's a lanyard. That's important.
Okay.
So that goes into there.
This goes into
We now have a 12-volt power supply. I think it's 12, or is it 16 or something?
That's, it says it is 15.
15 volts, okay, yeah.
This is the, oh, okay, so this is different than mine.
So there's the handheld wireless unit. And the other unit is exactly the same, except there's a wire coming out.
Yeah, see, now mine is like this, only mine has a wire that plugs into the loco
Yeah.
loop.
And I just thought, you know, I'm going to trade that in, and
Oh, this is way...
Jeff over at the train shop said, yeah, if you want to trade that in, he'll trade
This
it
is
in.
way simpler than mine. But I'm assuming
But
you can
it's
still
all
plug it in
wireless.
if you
I
want.
guess it has a plugged in. Okay.
So it also probably has batteries.
Batteries.
But I'm assuming that if you don't want to use the batteries, you can still just plug it in, right?
I don't know.
Oh,
I'm
okay,
clueless.
We'll find out.
This is a learning experience.
Okay, so we don't need any
all
of
the way
this.
around.
This can just go...
I know how to open the box, and at that point I'm lost.
Okay, so
So the first thing we need to do is connect the new power supply to the track.
Right.
And so fortunately it's on a plug, so you can just connect the wires to the plug and then plug it in.
Well, that's handy.
Okay, so what you want is you want the RA and RB, which are these two ends.
Okay. Because I'm using this, I think it's a 10 gauge.
Well, that's probably
There's a
what the-
bus under the whole railroad.
Because I'll tell you, you couldn't get any bigger in there
Yeah.
anyway. So I tore it all apart.
So then to hook to other things,
Because
I'm
it
using
wasn't
jumper
working.
wires because I can't get the 10 gauge into the connectors. It's neat that you can hook a 10 gauge to that. So as soon as you put power to it, it just starts doing this.
Yeah, it starts.
And that's normal.
Yeah, mine does it, but mine makes that kind of a buzzing sound when you first put it on. So now on mine, now the one thing I don't know is how you tell it. So with mine, you have to turn the track on, because see, the track isn't turned on.
Got it.
So we want to do O and G. We want to do run.
Hey, the K27 just came to life. Now it doesn't have a decoder in it, it's just DC.
Okay.
And it's just sitting over there buzzing. But it came to life.
Okay, to select loco, press loco, and then address. Oh, okay, so let's go ahead and put mine on there. I'm just gonna put the 10 on. Now this is all hooked up, all this stuff.
Everything's on.
So what let's do, let's just stick it right here.
So at this point, everything came to life.
Oh, that's great.
It was really neat. So this is the other unit from Great Britain that has the Phoenix sound system in it, and the Phoenix sound system started making sound. All the lights and all the locomotives came on, all the sound systems came on, and all we had to do was turn on the switch.
Well, nice.
So it says network and track status. I guess that's just normal for what it's...
Yeah, so the track status tells you that the track is on, that you can tell that things are working.
Yeah.
Because you can turn it off, and then as you program it, the little program light will flash. And that does the same thing if you use the LocoNet. I think it's just an activity detector.
Got it. So this was a pleasant surprise.
Oh, indeed. Look at that.
The lights came on in the passenger cars
Look at that.
and in the caboose. I didn't know they were going to do that.
Well, that's cool.
But as soon as you put DCC to it, anything that's got the DCC capable lights installed, the lights just come on. And I didn't even know it was going to do that. Now it's talking to the locomotive, but I don't know how to work that. So what we did is Don brought an engine that he put together some years ago. And this also has a Soundtraxx system in it, a Tsunami system. And we knew that would work, so we set that on the track so that we had one locomotive that we knew how to work. This is a Delton C16 down to 1/2 inch scale. So it's actually a bit smaller than the other engines, but it's really... Oh, look, Don got his tender running.
Oh, good.
So he figured out how to get it to talk to his Soundtraxx board here on address 34. So what did you do?
Okay, so what you have to do is the two throttles. Okay, so right now, engine 34, which is that one.
So how did you talk to 34?
Okay, so what I did is I said, okay, so you say loco, and then it says to complete loco selection, press address number 34, and then press loco again. So that puts number 34 into the system.
So let's back up a step. How the heck did you get it to come on at all?
It just came on when I turned this on.
Okay, and then that's all you had to do was
Yeah.
say loco, address, loco.
Yeah, so now what I want to do is, see, I got it plugged in, but I'm not sure what's going to happen when I unplug it.
So we decided to try running it now in the wireless mode, so we unplugged the cable going to the handheld unit, and the whole thing stopped.
Oh no!
It's not working from the wireless. It's like, well, why isn't it working from the wireless? So Don's online, and he's reading documentation, and I'm reading the book, and we're trying to figure it out, and nothing makes sense. It's supposed to be working, and it just isn't working. And so we plug it back in, and once we put the cable back into the handheld unit, well, we forgot to plug in the wireless receiver.
Oh no!
So all of that, and this was still in the box.
Doesn't work from the box.
No, once we realized how stupid we were being and we'd simply forgot to plug in this unit, then everything came to life from wireless.
Yay!
So what you have to do, it looks like.
So first we had to hook this up to LocoNet, which is very loco. And then this all came to life, and it has to have power going to it. For some reason our power connector here is haywire, and we have to use a screwdriver to keep it on. So then how did we get this guy to talk to this guy? So menu button, utility tasks 3.
There we go.
Then 5.
Then 5.
Okay, so it found the network, and
then
since we
we
only have one, just push join network.
Join, and then it joins.
And that's all there is to
Yeah.
that.
I don't understand why it does that.
Because it's an electronic device, and if there's nothing stupider than a smart device. Wow.
God, that thing's loud. Gotta figure out how to calm that down.
And then we can mute that sucker. And then loco 19 loco, and there it is.
How cool.
Well, this is really neat.
I'll say it is.
And I'm actually rather impressed with the Phoenix soundboard and the current system. It's an old system, but what the heck, it's working fine.
And that's the main thing.
And I'm not going to tear it out.
No.
I'm just going to keep it exactly like it is and just finish doing the repairs on this engine because it still has a broken wheel truck.
Right.
And I want to detail it and weather it and do a few things. But I'm just going to keep the electronics in here working exactly the way they are.
It's nice.
Why not?
Yes.
So the third engine still needs electronics, so we're going to go ahead and put a Tsunami board in that.
Right.
It does have new gears in it, though.
That's a good thing.
So we're getting close to having all 3 engines up and running. So we're actually getting close now to having these engines up and running.
Right.
So we'll pick the project up next Tuesday from this point right here.
Oh, yep. They're right there at that point.
Right at that point. So if you're not a subscriber, you definitely want to become a subscriber so you can follow along as we finish up these 3 locomotives and get them running on the railroad. And the easy way to subscribe is with the infamous blue button right there. Well, we're not sure how you found this video on the internet. We hope you didn't find it boring. And we will see you on Sunday.
Right.
Because we got some fun.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, see ya.
See ya.
Bye-bye.
Bye.